Okay, agenda item 11.02 is final approval of the 2014-15 Lake County School Board Student Progression Plan. I do have a comment before I formally make this recommendation. What makes this one a little more confusing and problematic is the fact that we now have a legislative, it is a wonderful problem to have, I will say. Because we had legislative action that just took place and a governor that signed the bill in a very expeditious manner, looking out for what's right for students, and I appreciate them doing that, and the bill becomes law upon signature, which is usually not the normal. It's usually a July 1st start date, but because of that, it gives districts the latitude to look at district administered end of course exams. As you know, when we did the tentative read on this, we modified that and had an attachment with regarding end of course exams, and because we narrowed that down. Well, now we have the governor's signed bill that says we have the option of not administering any district administered end of course exams and only required to do the state required with that. Well, in this particular policy that is here for final approval, it does reference the addendum that we had done before, but it does not reference the newly signed bill. So this is up for final approval. So I did speak with Mr. Johnson, and he can tell me whether my understanding of our conversation is accurate, that if we were to go back and amend this, we would have to go back for tentative approval, do the tentative approval, advertise for 28 days, and come back. This would now be at graduation time. There are also graduation criteria and things that we've been operating on that we need to have this approved and finalized tonight to solidify those things. So it's problematic if we were to amend it to now represent the new change in the law, but it's also, which starts the cycle again, but it's also problematic if we don't move forward to it from the other parts that are included, because this is a massive document. So what I asked Mr. Johnson, if this is feasible, if we move forward and give final approval to this, can I bring back at the May 11th meeting a request to waive the policy, student progression policy, because it is my intention to exercise the flexibility that has been given by that signed bill of only administering state mandated and to relieve the district of any other district administered end of course exams, in the other grade levels that were not done in that other work. And what Mr. Johnson advised me is that I could bring on May 11th a request to waive that portion of the student progression plan to do that. So with that, and with that understanding, the reason it is my intention to, in fact, I've already sent a recommendation to the team committee of not administering any district administered end of course exams, but that means they have to meet and decide how they're going to handle that from the evaluation standpoint based on the guidelines of that law. They are meeting Friday morning, so we will have a decision by Monday or Friday afternoon, Monday morning at the latest, and then with the action on the 11th, we'll be able to halt this administration. With that. So,
can we amen?
With that understanding, I am recommending final approval of the 2014-15 Lake County School Board Student Progression Plan.
Okay, you've heard the I know it's a public hearing. Is he going to talk this time?
Yes, the matter before the board is final approval of the 2014-2015 Lake County School Board Student Progression Plan. If there's anyone here this evening that wishes to speak to this particular item, please come forward to the podium at this time.
Would you give us your name, please?
Vincent Montori, teacher, Lake Mineola High School. First off, man, I know that was a tough decision, guys. Really tough. Thank you, Dr. Moxley. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Walk faster, Stuart.
I too went to,
No, you don't time them on the.
Oh,
oh, okay.
stand by, I'm not timing you.
I went to reinforce what Vince just said. Thank you. I think the legislature looking at ending the non-required state-mandated end-of-course exams, I think is a step in the right direction, and we've talked about that all year. So I think this will be a good step for our teachers. Thank you.
Before we take a vote, I want to thank, because I'll end up forgetting after the vote, thank all the parents and the educators that have been going to Tallahassee. They made the difference. Like we've said many times, we're politicians. That's what we're considered. They know where we're coming from. But when the parents and the teachers and the administrators go up there, they do listen to you. It's obvious from all the changes that got made this year. So thank you, all of you out there in the listening audience. Okay, you've heard the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
You have a first, second, third. You want a fourth?
Fourth.
Fourth. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much, Dr. Moxley.
Okay, 11.03 and 04 will come